Hey, Coach Michael here, and welcome to another episode of Iron Meditation, the Art of Living and Lifting podcast. Connecting the dots between the spiritual and the physical by real life examples, exercises, and personal stories. There is an old joke about an old king who married a young maid and took her to the chamber to do what obviously young couples do, and his servant standing by the bed holding the candle. So the king huffs and puffs and nothing happens. So he's very irritated and mad, and he walks to the young man, snatches the candle out of his hand and tells him now you go do it. So young servant obeys, going to the bed instead of the king, and what you know, new wife really have fun. So when it's all done, the king walks to the young man and says, "You see, this is how you hold the candle." Now, this story, a joke or allegory, illustrates perfectly what's happening in the new world where gurus who fills seminars and spiritual teachers who lead workshop, etc. Okay, basically doing the job of a young servant while we are as the old king holding the candle, because they live the life that we want, like the cars, the mansions, the private jets, this motivational sperm flying all over the air, like you can do it, there is everything possible, etc., etc., and I will teach you, and come and I will teach you and I will show you. And although we hear stories of success, we do not know, okay, it is the bias that of how many people have invested their money, invested their time, and gained nothing. Now, these coaches and gurus do a great job. And I'm not talking about charlatans because they are everywhere in every field. I'm talking about decent professionals who really, genuinely, and honestly do their job. However, it is us who mostly fail to understand the very simple truth that was told by Konstantin Stanislavski, who invented the actor method back in Tsar Russia before the Bolsheviks. And he told his famous sentence that I cannot teach you acting, yet you can learn acting. And this is the truth, that I cannot teach you anything. I can show you, I can lead you, but the one who will be doing the study, it is you. And many of us fail to grasp this principle, because in the society we live in today, we are constantly told that to outsource. Okay, take this guy, take that guy, they will do it for you. Okay, and somehow it doesn't quite work, because we refuse to learn. And by learning, I mean feeling, investing ourselves emotionally, taking ownership, responsibility, whatever rings the bell. Now, the best example I can give you to illustrate and to really feel it is the following. Imagine your favorite food. Okay, mine is good hamburger, home fries, some onion rings, and beer. Okay, this is my cup of tea. Now, imagine your food, me as your coach, sitting there in front of you, and I'm the one who eat your food. Now, take the time, really imagine it, because food is something so visceral, we can feel it. And will you feel the food that I am eating? No. Who will enjoy the meal? Literally, I will. You will just be there standing, sitting, watching me enjoying. And same goes for everything. Because unless we're emotionally invested, we are merely a bystanders who watch other people live our life. And this is something that's been told by any great martial art teachers. I can show you, but this is you that will spend the time on the mat. And here's my true story. Like, my pivotal point was when my lower back get messed so much, I just experienced like knife cutting pain while I was walking, and it took me down to the floor, like immediately. I laid on the floor, and I felt the burning sensation going through my sacrum all the way to my legs. Like everything was like firing, burning. And I remember it vividly as it was yesterday. I was lying near the toilet on a cold floor, like my lower body burning the nervous system. And the only thing that I'm thinking is, okay, I'm going to lose my legs now. What will I do? Because the door is locked and I'm living on the first floor. So the wheelchair, so it went very, very cold rational. Okay. Like basically, okay, I'm a cripple. What am I going to do next? So I'm laying there thinking and just observing, and then the pain goes away, and I slowly try to move my limbs, like my feet. I said, okay, they're moving. So I still have my legs, and I kept laying there, okay, and thinking that I've tried before that every great therapist, like really good, needles, physiotherapy, everything. I went to professionals to quote unquote teach me, to show me, and nothing helped. So when I eventually got up, I took my phone and I messaged the friend of mine, and I asked him, listen, send me the book that you were reading about the movement. So he sent it to me, and I, with all my previous experience in coaching and leading, I went super humble, and I've taught myself. I really learned, read the book, and did everything from scratch. Now, it was hard because while reading, same as if somebody shows you or tells you, you're like, of course, it's obvious. And this is what I felt like it's what really like shit. Like I know this stuff. I don't need to do it. Yet, after lying on the floor, I was able to take my ego down and said like, shut the fuck up. Okay? Because you are close to nothing. Okay? So do the job and keep silent. And this is what I did. And slowly I really reconnected to my body. I really felt it. I really understood it. And it never happened since. Because this was the first time that I was brought on my knees, like on my stomach, by life, and taught this valuable lesson of you cannot teach. Like nobody can teach you anything, but you can learn everything if you able to go this path. I hope you've enjoyed this story and got good insights from it. As always, I'll be happy to hear from you, to know your thoughts and your experiences. If you feel that you want to share your stories, I'll gladly, and I'll be gladly to feature them and share them with other listeners. And if you seek help, guidance, coaching, clearing some fog around your own programming, and maybe living, shoot me a message. Let's talk. See you in the next episode.